as we discussed during our discussion on emotion, emotion is basically a multifaceted process which involves physiological reaction, behavioral reaction, expressive reactions and subjective experiences. So, now that we are here to look at the lab session based on understanding of emotions. So, you can imagine that one way of doing a lab session on emotion could be that you look at the physiological reaction corresponding to a particular type of an emotional experience. So, physiological reactions, say for instance, you can look at the changes in the autonomic nervous system functions, the heartbeat, blood pressure, pulse rate, GSR, the skin conductance. Okay. You can look at the blood volume. So, these are the physiological reactions that has to do with certain emotional state. The other could be the behavioral reaction, okay, in terms of the manifested behavior in a given type of a scenario. The expressive reactions, where you look at the facial expressions and then you give your judgment. And then one can also look at the subjective experience. You ask the individual who has undergone a particular type of an emotional state to narrate his or her experience, and this would be the subjective experience of the individual. So, you can look at any one of them, or you can take two or more, okay, to study emotion in the lab setup. I am just trying to help you cruise through some of the dominant tools that are being used. One is the positive and negative affect schedule, the PANASH. Now, this measures the general affective state, and this basically has 20 items, and for these 20 emotions on a 5-point Likert scale, you ask the participant to rate the extent of experience, and you ask two things: what you feel right now, or you may even ask feeling during longer period of time. Okay. Now, PANASH has two sets of words, okay, and you vary it from very slightly to very much. That is the distribution, 5-point, the two terminal ends. The emotional words that concerns the negative affect, they are distressed, upset, guilty, ashamed, hostile, irritable, nervous, jittery, scared and afraid. So, you have to say right now, just now, or you can be even given extended time period, you would be asked how much do you experience these things. On a 5-point scale you have to rate, where 1 is very slightly and 5 is very much. The emotional words that concerns the positive affect, they are interested, alert, attentive, excited, enthusiastic, inspired, proud, determined, strong and active. Now, two versions of PANASH is available. One is PANASH X and the other one is I-PANASH SF. PANASH X is basically the extended version of PANASH, which includes 60 words instead of 20, whereas I-PANASH SF is the International Positive and Negative Affect Schedule, which is the shortened version of PANASH. Now, basically it looks at 4 negative emotions, that is fear, hostility, guilt and sadness. 3 basic positive emotions, that are joviality, self-assurance and attentiveness. 4 complex affective states, that includes shyness, fatigue, serenity and surprise. 5 positive emotions, that are active, alert, attentive, determined and inspired. And then further 5 negative emotions, that are afraid, ashamed, hostile, nervous and upset. So, this is about PANASH. Little later we will have one session where you would see the usage of PANASH. The other one is the state trait emotion measure, STEM. Now, STEM basically has 5 positive and 5 negative emotions, and you look at the stable emotions, that is the trait emotions, and then the state emotion, that is the current emotions. When we come to personality, there also we will be talking about the state trait factor. So, the state trait emotion measure, the emotions that it looks at are affection, anger, anxiety, attentiveness or energy, containment, envy, guilt or shame, joy, pride and sadness. Another interesting tool that one can use is Geneva Emotion Wheel, GEW. This measures emotional reactions to objects, events and situations. 20 distinct emotional families are put here, and participant is basically asked to choose the intensity for a single emotion or a combination of several emotions out of the 20 distinct emotion families. Now, in Geneva Emotion Wheel, the family of emotion are basically arranged on a wheel, as you see on your screen right now. The axes define the two major dimensions of emotional experience. So, negative valency, positive valency, that is one axis, and the other one is high control and low control. Now, what happens in the case of Geneva Emotional Wheel? You basically you have the emotions, and as you can see on your screen, okay, you have involvement interest, amusement laughter, pride elation, happiness joy, enjoyment pleasure, tenderness feeling love, wonderment feeling awe, feeling disburdened, relief, astonishment, surprise, nostalgic, pity or compassion, sadness, despair, worry, fear, embarrassment and shame, guilt and remorse, disappointment and regret, envy, jealousy, disgust, repulsion, contempt and irritation and anger. Okay. So, now what happens here? You have, as you can see, you have 5 different circles. So, what you do, you basically select one of the circles, or you can go for a combination, and then you are mapped on the valency, that is negative, positive, and again on control, high versus low. So, this is what the Geneva Emotion Wheel does. The most commonly used test also in the lab setup as far as expressive reactions are concerned is when you ask somebody to either label the emotion or you ask the individual to rate the emotion. Okay. So, the images that you see here, the upper image is of a happy male, the next to it is the scared male, again happy female and the scared female. So, happiness and fear, these are the two emotions being expressed. Now, if you go for a labeling task, what you can do is that you can simply show the image and you can ask the individual the name of the expression. Again you can choose, you can simply ask what emotion is being expressed, which can lead to other type of consequences. So, the good thing is perhaps to give a list. Okay, say for instance, you can give the 6 basic emotions or and add neutral to it. So, basically you propose happiness, sadness, fear, anger, surprise, disgust as well as neutral, and you say that you look at the image and you label the emotion. So, it could be either one of the 6 basic emotions or the neutral expression. The other one is that you go for rating of the emotion. So, if you say the first top image is happiness, then how happy is this expression, and you can now again use a scale. So, if you use a 5-point Likert scale, then you can say 1 is minimum, 3 is average and 5 is maximum. So, that is labeling in the rating task that has to do with expressions. Okay. You can even go for a matching task. No? You show one expression, say for example fear of a different expressor, and then there is a mix of various emotions of other expressors. Okay. So, the target image belongs to say for example me, and then that the test stimuli has photographs of you expressing other emotions as well as the emotion that I am exhibiting, and then you try to match it. So, that would be the matching task as far as expressive reactions are concerned. If you are interested combining the two, subjective experience, and you want to map it in terms of the physiological activation, remember one thing, that if you go for increased stimulation, there would be a sudden increase, and then finally it will activate certain positive as well as negative emotions. So, say for instance, if you have a sudden activation of stimulation, then you realize that there it could lead to something like interest, or it could also even lead to something like fear. Whereas, if you go for decrease in the stimulation, and that too it is a sudden decrease, then only positive emotions are possible. If you go for sustained low level of stimulation or sustained high level of stimulation, again negative emotions you will find. So, if you go for sustained low level of stimulation, then it will activate only negative emotions such as sadness. Whereas, if you go for sustained high level of stimulation, then also it will activate negative emotions, but not sadness, rather it would be anger and distress. But if you go for moderately high stimulation, then you will have positive experiences like happiness. So, you will have to look at this when you are trying to use physiological indicators for studying emotions. And of course, if you are interested, besides looking at the activation of the autonomic nervous system, you can also try to look at the activation of the brain, okay, and then correlate it with the subjective experience that you have already collected. The self-assessment mannequin SAM scale was developed long back by Bradley and Lang. This is a self-assessment tool for rating one's experienced emotion in a pictorial structure on 3 dimensions of affective valence, dominance and arousal. Both paper pencil as well as the computer assisted version of SAM is available. The valency dimension describes the positive or negative feeling induced by the stimuli. The arousal dimension describes the perceived vigilance as a psychological and physiological condition of a person that ranges from excitation to boredom, and the dominance dimension describes the feeling of control of the person concerned. Let us see a lab session where the participant does arousal and valency rating of pictures and words using SAM.
Okay, this session is to test human emotion. Okay, it's a very simple paper pencil test. You will be shown some pictures and some words. You just go through those words and pictures and you will be shown a scale. Those rating scales are been from 1 to 9. Okay, but there will be 2 different scales. One scale is arousal scale, another is valence scale, which I explain you as we move further. So these are 2 different scales. One is arousal scale, another is valence scale. Arousal scale depicts the calm and the excited state. So one is the very calm state, okay? When a particular stimulus has nothing and it is not exciting you, then you can rate 1. But as it arouses you, then you rate accordingly. Now 9 is a very excited state, okay?
So the arousal, is it negative arousal that you are referring to?
Absolutely. So this will be negative arousal and positive arousal.
So if I see a stimulus which is pleasant, would I be giving a calm rating?
So if you see a positive stimulus like a boy playing with the ball, that is a pleasing picture that arouse you. So it has arousing effect and it will be also highly arousing.
So positive or negative arousal. It is okay, fine, I get it.
Now the valence rating scale is 1 is unpleasant state and 9 is pleasing state. Okay, and 5 is a neutral state. So if a picture of a boy, as we took an example, is a pleasing picture, now it can be 6, 7, 8 or 9. If it is very pleasing, then you rate 9, but if it is less pleasing, you rate accordingly here. Now if a boy is kicking a dog or beating a dog, then that is a negative picture. Okay, so the negative valence will be this scale. So 1 will be the very negative state, 2 will be a little less, 3 will be little less and 4 will be little less.
Yeah, I'm clear about the valence, but when it comes to the arousal rating scale, I have a doubt because could you tell me one stimulus that is calm? Like
yes. So for example, this is a sample, okay? This is arousal rating. Na? This is a negative picture.
Yeah.
Now it arouses you. So then how much it arouses you, you can rate it here. Okay. The same way, if a pleasing picture is there, it might excite you as well. So then you have to rate it accordingly.
So say for example, if it is a stimulus of a chair, then I don't have any arousal. So then it becomes calm.
Yes.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
I get it.
So this is a sample. So for example, it's an arousing picture. So you can rate anything you want here. Okay. Okay. Now after this we start the session. If you have any doubt, any query, you can ask. But we won't intervene.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the other one is regarding pleasantness and this one is regarding
arousal.
Yeah, sure. So I'll go ahead.
This is for the balance. Now these are the words. So we finished one category, which were the pictures, but the words are different. Picture has very specific, and then it brings semanticity of knowledge. So you are very specific, but the words are having a double meaning sometimes. But still, it has arousal and valence thing. So the same way you do the word, if you see a word, and if it arouses you, then you rate accordingly, and if that word has some balance in it, then you rate accordingly.
Okay. One doubt is, when I do this, should I do it with relevance to the picture or
No,
independently?
it's independent.
Okay.
It's
So I
independent.
don't have to do it
No.
as relative.
No.
So I'll just go ahead and do it. This is balance, right? One should be the extreme unpleasant, right?
It's extreme unpleasant. Okay. So, what you just rated here. So the same way we do the paper pencil test. So see, the if we go to the arousal scale. Now, here the word rape is very arousing word, and it excites us because it's very negative in our context. But the family also has some arousing effect because it induces positive arousing effect. So that is why both have arousal level, but the meaning is different. One is having positive arousal effect, and another has negative. But to understand better, we have these valence scales. So that's why, okay, when we see a word rape, then it is a negatively balanced word, which is extreme you rated here. And then when we go for family, then on the other side of the scale you go, which is pleasant.
Balance, yeah.
So that is how we do.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
As already mentioned, recording of autonomic nervous system activities is very much used to examine and illustrate emotional states. You just need to connect the sensors and record changes in various ANS indicators corresponding to stimuli presented. Let us look at this very lab session. Look at this screen. You can see the selected autonomic functions being recorded.